grunting survivors and friends, SHADOWFRAX here with a roundup of the last big update of the year. And as you should be very well aware by now, this month Rust has been around for a whole 10 years. Hard to believe, I know, but that's how things go. For a few quick facts and a nice little timeline of its development, you can have a look at this month's dev blog, link in the description. Also, as a result, we now have several throwback items to play around with, plus a couple of extra new fun distractions this month, and there are a couple of changes to note. Legacy shelters at only 600 wood a pop are, I'd imagine, already being spammed everywhere you look on most servers, because they're not only useful as a starter shack, but can also be plopped down and run into at a moment's notice, used as a quick respawn point, or can be used to secure areas. But what's been your experience with them so far? Let me know down below, please. And as mentioned last week, whether they stay in the game is still subject to change, depending on how much fun you're having. Fortunately, they decay in 24 hours if the door remains unused, and they only have 500 health. Also, further to last week's look around, you can't remove the lock from the door anymore, and the feature of being able to loot stuff through the walls has been fixed. The Legacy Furnace will be a reward for anyone logging 3+ hours of play on Rust this month, and should appear in your Steam inventory when you meet the criterion. It's a bit bulkier than your standard furnace, but apart from that, should cost and perform exactly the same. Also, now a very rare drop apparently, the Legacy M4 Shotty should be available for you to find somewhere in the world in high-end loot crates. Then there's the Legacy Bow, which is not free, and instead is £2.79 on the item store. Only available this month, I believe, so grab it whilst you can. And the Frontier building skin, now known as the Legacy Wood building skin, is on the store for £10.39, same as most of the others, and will be available after this month, so don't worry. Don't ask me what those prices are in dollars, I only work in pounds. So at the end of 2023, a particularly DLC-rich year I must say, cough cough, we are now standing at 1 wood building skin, 1 metal, 3 stone, and no top tier. So presumably we'll be getting one of those next year, depending on how much money can be made out of it. But what will it be? Any ideas? Also, will we see some interior building skins eventually? Probably. The DLC wagon must keep rolling. Even more new items in a mo. Hapis is back, and a nightlight? ? But first, hey, you, ever wanted to engage in some casual admin abuse? I mean, be the responsible and caring lord of your very own Rust server, and then kill everyone in imaginative ways. Sorry. Perhaps you'd like to make a server just for you and your friends. Test out builds, hone your skills, install all the plugins, fill the fishing village buildings with shark corpses, go anywhere and see everything, meet Grammar Horse, oh hello, and make cool cinematics like yours truly. Then Pine Hosting has you covered. They make it super easy to install a high-performance server in just a few minutes, add and remove any plugins you want with a click, and then control everything on your server with a squeaky clean and easy-to-use console. With affordable prices, server locations around the world, and any casted DDoS protection which gives you the best possible ping, making your server rank higher, there's never been a better time to get your own server, and the best part is right now, you can get an extra 30% off with code SHADOWFRAX. What are you waiting for? Back to the video. So in addition to everything else new this month, you can now craft a couple of other new items. First, a pinata for 500 wood, which is basically a craftable loot box, as destroying it will give you some random goodies. Here's what I found in this one. And a confetti cannon, which can be crafted and set off, and I must say, this is reminding me quite a bit of that mortar cannon still in concept limbo, which we may or may not ever see. Quite a few changes and fixes this month also, and if you like to whip out your brushes, you'll notice the painting UI has been upgraded and given a few new features, as you can see here, such as 2 new airbrush types, a color picker, brush spacing, lighting toggle, and the ability to chat whilst painting, plus lots of other features, including convars for those who want to streamline things even further, and you can pause here to read them if you like. A quick roundup of all the other most important changes and fixes of note. Contact shadows, i.e. grass and foliage stuff, has been improved. If you ever use that option, that is, you can see how and why here if you're interested. There are 3 new industrial pipe colours to choose from. Sprinklers will waste less water now, up to 40% saving by Grabthar's hammer. Car lifts can now be picked up, or collecting tools have a slightly longer range, meaning you shouldn't have to duck or crouch to harvest now, hopefully. You can revive players with bandages, and explosive ammo splash damage should work properly now. The oil rig radiation will now kick in half an hour after the hack crate unlocks to stop players hanging around there, and the crate's map marker will disappear when any item is removed from it, because some of you were leaving a single item inside. Tut tut. The hardcore game mode is being retired on official servers this month, although it will still be on community, and the Baron map option is going completely. For more info, please see the dev blog. And you can't keep a good Hapis down, apparently. Not a million years after Hapis Island was retired, it is officially back on 2 official servers, although this is a community-made version based on the 2018 map and will only be officially hosted until March 2024. At least, that's the current plan. Supporter Streamer is on Twitch now, and you can earn a computer station skin for a measly 2 subscriptions. Details on the dev blog. You've also got Twitch Rivals from the 11th to 15th this month with an absolute ton of drops, all of which can be seen on the dev blog too. Player ragdolls have been completely overhauled this month. You can read all about it on the dev blog, but the TLDR of it is that they'll no longer turn into Stretch Armstrong and will collide with vehicles properly instead of falling through. 2 works in progress, and although the next big content drop won't be happening until February now, there are a few things to look forward to. The team are still working hard on Tutorial Island. There's a metal detector in the works. As mentioned previously, there's a backpack, and then there's this single commit that popped up from Helk without much context this week, although we're told not to get too excited. I think seeing the words night and light in the same place is intriguing though. We'll try to find out more. For everything else, please see the changelog on the dev blog and watch out for a recap video from me looking at the past year and what may be to come in the near future. Also, what would you like to see in the game next year? Let me know below. But from that, you are now officially up to date. Leave a comment, like and sub if you enjoyed, and consider following me on Twitch, my socials, and my Steam group, and support me on Patreon or via YouTube memberships and super thanks. All links can be found down below. I shall catch you all soon, but in the meantime, keep calm and stay rusty. Cheerio. By Grandfather's Hammer.